Hi friends, what's up? I'm back. This is Deepika. I'm going to review the film Fighter. It's 2 o'clock at night, and I just got back watching the last show for day one. It has released today, by the way, if in case you don't know. And usually, Hindi films they releases on a Friday, but the makers decided to release it a day before, which is today. And being a film buff, a true blue film buff, I just couldn't wait. My brother and I just watched it post our work hours, of course. So let me review the film Fighter. First and foremost, I take back my words. I underestimated the film. I underestimated Siddharth Anand because I didn't quite like Pathan as a film. I didn't like the story of the film Pathan, Shah Rukh Khan's, which did well. So I'm so sorry, Siddharth sir. I was really underestimating this film, The Fighter, and some of the trailer of Fighter also didn't quite impress me. And I was not very looking forward to watch this film. Though Hrithik Roshan is one of my favorite actors, but I still somewhere deep down in me I wanted to give it a shot, and I didn't have much hopes. Though the reviews are quite polarized, some reviews are really bad. Some of them are giving 1.5 stars. Some of them have lots to say about the film. But if you ask me, I have loved the film, so I take back my words. I apologize to the director, the makers, and it's a superb. The first and foremost, talking about the good parts, the writing is really very good. The writing, the dialogues are very good, very organic. Even the love story between Hrithik Roshan and Deepika Padukone is very organically shown, and it's very naturally placed. The dynamic between each and every character. There are a lot of characters. Like if you watch Top Gun, by the way, it's not a remake of Top Gun. It is not. It might be inspired, might be remotely, but it is not Top Gun. So let's not compare it to Top Gun. But it is something at par with Top Gun, not only Hrithik Roshan but the entire film. So coming back to the good points, so in Fighter there are a lot of other actors. There's an ensemble cast of Karan Singh Grover. There is Deepika, Hrithik. There are some more actors, Mahesh Shetty. So there are a lot of it's an ensemble cast, and I love the way the writers have created a dynamic. Everyone has some backstory. Sorry, everyone has some part to play. Each one of them, each one of the actors, none of them felt wasted. Each one of them had some integral part in the film. If you sorry my cough, so if you remove one character in the film, now the film will look incomplete, and this very rarely happens in a Hindi film. Most of the ensemble cast, whenever you watch, there's some kind of, some characters are wasted. Sometimes you feel that this character could have not been part of the star cast. You could easily omit one character, but frankly speaking, all the characters over here had some integral part, some contribution in the entire story, and all the characters are very well utilized. Maybe that's one reason the runtime was around 3 hours, but frankly speaking, the time just flew. There was not, I don't remember a boring portion or a point where I got bored. Everything was well balanced, and people, some critics are very boldly speaking that the song Sher Khul Gaye was quite misplaced. But if you ask me, I didn't quite feel that. It was a song about celebration, and it quite fitted well. I don't quite agree with the fact that it was displacement. I think it was placed in a right. It was quite well placed. So overall, coming to the performances, everyone, like all the actors were given proper, the backstory. Everyone were properly, very well etched out. And heading the cast, Hrithik Roshan, he has done a fantabulous job. And what a personality, what looks, what performance. And definitely, and you will fall in love with Hrithik Roshan. Even being a man, he'll be your man crush once again. And Deepika Padukone, in compared to Hrithik Roshan, she had less screen time, but her character was very interesting, and she has done a swell job. Even Ashutosh Rana, who played her father, there's a story, I won't reveal much details. Even he did a great job. So all the performance were quite well etched out, quite well written, quite well performed. And the overall, it's a very well written film. It's a very well directed film. Mr. Siddharth Anand, director sir, very wonderfully. The some shots, the reflection shot of Deepika looking at Hrithik Roshan. So certain sequences, certain shots were so well taken, so well directed, and mounting such a mammoth film is not easy. I think this is first aerial, a thriller. Correct. It's I think it's the first one, right? I don't think we have seen something similar to this before. I think it's very well mounting such a mammoth film with such huge stars. It's not easy. You need to know the craft. You need to be talented. You need to have a lot of clarity. I think director Siddharth Anand has done a swell job. Of course, he's quite equipped. He has been working with big stars all his life. His previous film was Pathan. Even before that, War. Though I didn't like War and Pathan so much. So naturally, I was not pinning all my hopes on this film. But it took me by surprise. I love the film. And the emotional sequences also was so well written and so well shot. I got so teary-eyed. And anything else I'm missing out? Negative parts. Rarely there was any portion which I can complain about. I think everything was quite well balanced. I think the villain of the film, I don't know, I had never seen his work. I think the villain was the weak link. Somewhat I felt the villain could have been slightly stronger. The villain looked strong. He had good body, good physique and everything. But somewhat I felt the villain was a little caricaturish. And towards the end, the dialogue delivery was quite, I don't know. It was very crafted, looked very crafted. Towards the end, towards the climax. But the climax is also quite, quite nerve-wracking and it's quite edge of the seat, the climax. So, well, I will not give out much details. You need to watch it. So I strongly recommend each one of you to watch Fighter. I loved it and I really, really hope this movie works. The way you guys cheered and watched Animal, please do the same for this film. This film deserves all the love. And I didn't watch the movie for any kind of message or anything. I watched it as a public, I watched it as an audience, and I was thoroughly entertained. It was superbly done. And the action sequences were so well choreographed. My God, those flight sequences. Halaki, they have used a lot of CG, VFX. The same VFX team who did for Brahmastra, they're the Dinag. They did the same, they executed the same CG VFX. No wonder it was looking so perfect. Never seen before in a Bollywood film. So, everything was so well choreographed, so well executed. It looked nearly a perfect film. So it's at par with your Tom Cruise's Top Gun. But it's not Top Gun. Okay, and don't compare it also. Okay, let's be proud of our indigenous films. So guys, this is my review for Fighter. A must watch.